You have arrived at your destination, Venice, Italy.
In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. It wearies me. You say it wearies you, but how? I caught it, found it, or came by it, and such a want with sadness makes me. I have much ado to know myself.
Your mind is tossing on the ocean.
Believe me, sir, had I such venturous forth, the better part of my affections would be with my hosts abroad. I should be still, plucking the grass to see where sits the wind, peering in maps for ports and piers and roads, and every object that might make me fear misfortune to my ventures, out of doubt would make me sad.
Believe me, no. I thank my fortune for it. My ventures aren't the bottom trusted. Therefore, my merchandise makes me not sad.
Why did you
Not in love neither? Then let us say you are sad because you are not married. And 'twere easy for you to laugh and leap and say you are married because you are not sad.
Graziano and Lorenzo.
Very well, we leave you now to better company.
Oh, I would have stayed to make you marry if worth your friends enough to me.
Good morrow, my good lord.
My lord Bassanio, since you have found Antonio, we too will leave you. But I pray you, at dinner time, have in mind where we must meet.
Oh, I will not fail you.
You look not well, Signor Antonio.
I hold the world, but as the world, Graziano, a stage where every man must play the part in mine, the sad one.
Let me play the fool!
Gratiano speaks an infinite deal of nothing more than any man in all Venice.
He always? So tell me now, to whom is this lady the same that you swore your secret pilgrimage that today promised to tell me of?
'Tis not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled mine estate to you. I owe the most in money, and in love, and for your love, I have a warranty to unburden all of these plots and purposes, how to get clear of all these debts I owe.
Shh, I pray you, Antonio. Let me know it, and yourself still do. In the eye of honor, be assured, my purse and my extremist means, all I unlocked in your occasion. You know me well, and having spent time, I am pressed into it. Therefore, speak!
In Belmont is a lady richly left, and she is fair, and fairer than that word, of wondrous virtues. Sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair, speechless messages. Her name is Portia, and her sunny locks hang on her temples like a golden fleece, and many Jasons come in quest of her. Oh my, Antonio. Had I but the means to hold account with one of them. I have a mind that presages me such thrift that I should questionless be fortunate.
Thou knowest all my fortunes are at sea, neither by the money nor commodity to raise its present sum. Therefore go forth, try what my credit can do for you in Venice. That shall be racked to the most uttermost. The first the fell want to think of your Portia. Go, presently inquire where money is.
You have arrived at your destination, Belmont, Italy.
How now, what news? The 4 princes seek for you, madam, to take their leave. There is a forerunner come from a 5th, the Prince of Morocco. Go draw aside the curtains and discover the several caskets to this noble prince.
All that glitters is not gold. Mislike me not for my complexion, for the shattered livery of the burnished sun. I tell thee, lady, this aspect of mine hath loved it too. I will not change its hue except to still your thoughts, my gentleman.
The lottery of my destiny bars me the right of voluntarily choosing.
Therefore, I pray you, lead me unto the caskets to try my fortune.
All that glitters is not gold.
You must take your chance and either not attempt to choose at all, or swear before you choose, if you choose wrong, never to speak to a lady afterward. In the way of marriage, therefore, be advised.
Nor will not. Come, bring me into my chance. The first of gold.
All that glitters is not
Stupid!
gold. Oh, fair enough.
Whose inscriptions bear, who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. The second, silver, whose promises carry, who chooseth me shall get as much as he deserves. And the third, dull lead, whose warnings all is blunt, who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. How shall I know if I choose the right?
The one of them contains my picture prints. If you choose that, then I am yours with all.
Some God direct my judgment. Let me see. Let's see once more the saying engraved in gold. Who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. Wait, that's the lady. All the men desire her. For princes to come view fair Portia, one of these three contains her heavenly picture. It's not like she were in lead. Poor definition, think so, basic thought. It were too gross. Or shall I think in the silver she is immured? Being 10 times undervalued to tried gold. What's that? Never so rich a gem was set in worse than gold. Deliver me the key. Here do I choose, and thrive I as I may.
There, take it, Prince, and if my form lie there, then I am yours.
All that glitters is not gold. Often you've heard that told. Many a man his life hath sold for my outside to behold. Gilded tombs to worms enfold. Had you been
What's
as
going
wise
on?
as bold, young in limbs and judgment told, your answer had not been scrolled.
A gentle riddance.
Fare thee well, 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 fare thee well.
Draw the curtains, go.
Fare thee well, fare thee well, fare thee well.
Aye, for 3 days.
For 3 days? Well,
For the which, as I told you, Antonio shall be bound.
Antonio shall be bound. Well,
Shall I know your answer, or
3,000 ducats for 3 days, and Antonio shall be bound.
your answer to that?
Antonio's a good man.
Have you heard any imputation on the contrary?
Oh, no. My mean in saying that he's a good man is that how do you understand that he is sufficient? Yeah, his means are in supposition. He have an argosy bound to Tripolis, another to the Indies. I understand, moreover, upon the Rialto, he have a third for Mexico and a fourth for England, and then other ventures he has squandered abroad, but ships are but born sailors, but men. And then there be land rights and water rights and land fees and water fees. I mean pirates. Oh, and then there's the peril waters, winds and rocks. Oh, this man is notwithstanding sufficient.
Well, be assured you may.
I will be assured I may, that I may. I will bethink me. May I speak with Antonio?
Oh, if it please you to dine with us.
Yes. To smell pork. See if the habitation of which your prophet, the Nazarites, conjured the devil into. I will buy with you, sell with you, walk with you, and talk with you. But I will not eat with you, nor drink with you, or pray with you. Who he who comes here?
This is Senor Antonio.
Antonio. I hate him, for he is a Christian, and in that low simplicity, he lends out money, gratis, and brings down the usage rate here with us in Venice. Oh, if I could hit him once upon the hip, I'd forgot that ancient grudge I bear him. He hates our sacred nation, and he rails, even there where the merchants do congregate, on my bargains and my well-won thrifts. Curse be on my child if I forgive him. Bless you fair, good senor. Your worship was the last man in our mouths.
Shylock? Tubal? Daniel? Although I neither lend nor borrow, by taking nor by giving excess, yet to supply the right one to my friend, I'll break a custom. How much you would?
I, 3,000 ducats.
For 3 days?
I had forgot. 3 days.
Alarm set for 3 days.
Well then, let me look upon the bond.
Sorry.
Methought you said you neither lend nor borrow upon advantage.
I do never use it.
When Jacob grazed upon his uncle Laban's sheep,
Is this insert to make interest good? Or is it your gold and silver you're using, Rams?
I cannot say. I make it breed as fast. But no me, senor.
Market Bassanio, even the devil can cite scripture for his purpose. An evil soul producing holy witness is like a villain with a smiling cheek. An apple rotten at the center. Why not let this goodly outside falsehood have?
3,000 ducats. This is a good round sum. Well then, let me see the rate.
Shall we be beholding to you?
Senor Antonio, many time and oath in the Rialto you have freighted me, and still I bore it with a patient shrug. You call me misbeliever, cutthroat dog, and spit on my Jewish gabardine, all for which is my own? Well then, now it appears you need my help. Shut it off, we need my knees! As you foot me, as you spur a stranger cur. What should I say to you? Should I say, have a dog have monies? Or, is it possible a cur can lend 3,000 ducats? Or with bated breath and whispering humbleness, say this, oh, fair sir, spit on me Wednesday last, called a dog. And for these courtesies, I'll lend you that much money.
I was like to call on thee so again, to spit on thee so again, to spurn thee too. If thou wilt not lend money, lend it not. As to thy friend, lend it rather to thine enemy. So if he breaks his bond, thou mayst exact the penalty.
Why, look you how you storm. I will be friends with you, have your love, forget the shames you stain me with, and supply your present wants, and you still won't hear me. This is kindness I offer you.
Hey, this were kindness.
This kindness I offer. Go to me with the notary, sell me your bond, and if you do not repay me on such a day, such a place, such sums are sums, as explained in the conditions, the extraction of the forfeiture will be a pound of your fair flesh, taken and given to me where it pleaseth me.
You will not seal such a bond for me. No.
I say there's much kindness in a Jew.
If you should break this day, what should I gain from the extraction of the forfeiture? A pound of man's flesh taken from a man isn't fashionable nor profitable as Martin's beef or goats. But for this favor, I extend my friendship. If you should take it, so not. Mwah, mwah. I do, but for my love, I pray you do not wrong me.
Yes, Shylock, I will seal such a bond. I, the gentle Jew.
I like not such fair terms in a villain's mind.
My Lord Bassanio, there is no dismay. My boats come home days before this day. This bond won't be forfeit.
I am sorry, that will be my mother's home. Our house is hell, and thou, a merry devil. But, farewell. Lancelot, here is a ducat for thee, and soon at supper thou shalt see Lorenzo, who is thy new master's guest. Give him this letter, and do it secretly. So farewell. I would not my mother see me and talk with thee.
And then, foolish drops to exhibit my tongue. The most beautiful I did. And these tears do something. They drown my manly spirit.
Farewell, good Lancelot. Alack, what a heinous sin is in me! Oh, to be ashamed to be my mother's child! Though I am daughter to her blood, I am not to her manners. Lorenzo, if thou keep promise, I will end this strife. Become a Christian and thy loving wife.
Where is your new master?
Yonder, sir, he walks.
Signor Bassanio!
Gratiano.
I have a suit to you.
You have obtained it.
You must not deny me. I must go with you to Belmont.
Why then you must. But hear thee, Gratiano. Thou art too wild. No, too rude. Oh wait, no, too bold of voice. Okay, cool. Parts that become thee happily enough, and eyes such as ours appear not false, but where thou art not known, there they show something too liberal, lest through thy wild behavior, thy skipping spirit, I be misconstrued to the place I go to and lose my hopes.
Signor Bassanio, hear me. If I do not put on a sober habit, talk with respect, and swear but now and then, look demurely and wear prayer books in my pocket, nay more, while Grace is saying, put my eyes, and thus with my hat and sign say amen, use all observance of civility.
Well, we shall see your bed.
Nay, but I bar tonight. You must not gauge me by what we do tonight.
Oh, no, that were pity. I would entreat you, rather than to put on your boldest suit of mirth, for we have friends that purpose merriment. I have some business. Fare you well.
And I must see Lorenzo and the rest, but we will visit you at supper time.
Okay, it's fine. Okay, nay. We will slink away in supper time, disguise us at my lodging, and return all in an hour.
We have not made good preparation.
You have not spoke us yet of torchbearers.
'Tis now but 4 o'clock.
Lorenzo!
Yet a day.
It shall please you to break this up, and it shall
Wait, I know this hand. In faith, 'tis a fair hand, and whiter than the paper it writ on. 'Tis the fair hand that writs.
Love, news, and faith!
by your sir.
Whither goest thou?
To bid with my old master the Jew, to sup not my new master the Christian.
Hold here, take this. Give this to gentle Jessica. Tell her I will not fail her. Speak this privately. Go. Ladies, will you prepare you for a mass tonight? I am provided a torchbearer.
I'll be gone.
Meet me in Graziano at Graziano's lodging some hours hence.
'Tis good we do so.
Was that letter not from fair Jessica?
I must needs tell thee all. She hath directed how we'll take her from her mother's house. What gold and jewels she has been furnished with. What page's suit she has in readiness. If ever the Jew mother shall come to heaven, it shall be on the gentle daughter's sake. Graziano, come. Come, go with me. Peruse, this is how it goes. Jessica shall be my torchbearer.
2 days remaining.
My body is weary of this great world. You would be, sweet madam, if your miseries were in the same abundance as your good fortunes are.
Good sense and well pronounced.
It would be better full follow.
If to do were as easy as to know what were good to do, chapels had been churches, and poor men's cottages, princes' palaces. It is a great divine that follows his own instructions. Is it not in the reasoning to choose me a husband? Oh, me! The word choose. Is it not hard that I cannot choose whom I would, nor refuse whom I dislike?
Your father was ever virtuous, and holy men at their death have good inspirations. Therefore, the lottery that he hath devised in these 3 chests of gold, silver, and lead, whereof who chooses his meaning chooses you, will no doubt be chosen by any rightly but one who shall rightly love. But what warmth is there in your affection towards any of these princely suitors that are already come?
Okay. Overname them, and as thou namest them, I will describe them according to my own affection.
There is the County Palatine.
He doth nothing but frown. When he hears merry tales, he smiles not. I would rather be married to a death's head with a bone in his mouth than him. God deliver me from he.
What say you to the French lord, Monsieur Le Bon?
God made him a man, and therefore let him pass as a man. 'Tis a sin to be a mocker, but he.
What say you then to Falconbridge, the young Baron of England?
He is a proper man's picture. But alas, who can converse with a dumb show?
How say you then to the German lord, Duke of Saxony's nephew? Oh my! Remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian, a scholar, a soldier that came hither.
Oh my gosh! Yes!
Oh, Bassanio, I was so madam, he of all men my foolish eyes ever looked upon was best deserving a fair lady.
I remember him well, and I remember him worthy of thy praise.
How now, what news?
The Prince of Aragon will come tonight.
Come, Nerissa, sirrah, let us shut the gates upon one door, for another knocks upon the door.
Hey, call me when you get a chance.
Well, then thine eyes shall see the difference between old Shylock and Bassanio. What, Jessica? Thou shalt not gormanize me what thou hast done me with. What, Jessica? sleep and snore and run the peril out. What Jessica I say?
Where Jessica?
Who bid thee call? I do not bid thee call.
Call you? What is your will?
I'm bid forth to supper, but... Oh! There are my keys! But wherefore should I go? I am not bid for love. They flatter me, but I will go in hate and feed upon the prodigal Christian, for I did have an ill brewing in my rest, for I did dream of money bags tonight.
My young master doth expect your reproof.
I'm not feasting forth tonight, but I will go. You! Go before me, so I will come.
I will go forth. Mistress, look out, I want to for all of it. There will come a Christian body, worth the Jews up.
Speak so hot as lost. Farewell, mistress. Nothing else.
A huge beater. He sleeps more by day than a wild cat. I part with him, but one part to help with the waste of a bald purse. Oh, Jessica, go in. Perhaps I will return immediately. Do as I bid you? Shut the doors. Fast bid, fast bind. A proverb most swiftly in our minds.
Farewell. And if my fortune be not crossed, I have a mother, you, a daughter lost.
This is the penthouse under which Lorenzo desired to make a stand.
His hour is almost past.
It's marveled that he outdwells his hour, but lovers ever run before the clock.
Shh! Sweet friends, your patience for my long abode. Not I, but my affairs hath made you wait. Approach. Here dwells my true mother. Approach. Who's within?
Who are you? Tell me for more certainty, albeit I'll swear I know your tongue.
Lorenzo.
Why so much? And now who knows but you, Lorenzo, whether I'm yours?
Heaven and thy thoughts are witnesses that thou art.
Here, catch this casket. It is worth the pains. I am glad 'tis night and you do not look on me, for I am much ashamed of my exchange. But love is blind and unsee the pretty follies that themselves create. Oh, if they could, Cupid himself would blush. A boy.
Descend, for you must be my torchbearer.
What? Must I hold a candle to my shames? 'Tis an office of discovery, love, and I should be obscured.
So are you, sweet, even in the loving garnish of a boy. But come at once, for we are staying for at Bassanio's feast.
I will make fast the doors, gild myself with more ducats, and be with you straight.
Now find my hood. A gentle and no Jew.
Stop. Now, in this scene, Jessica is about to run away, and I have a little experience with that. By the way, I'm adopted, and the law states that if a foster or adopted child runs away, that the guardian has the right to give him back to the county. And I ran away about 6 times. So each time I ran away, whether it was me or my police, who brought me back, my mother would say, "Come in, I love you." And this was the biggest act of mercy in my life. So I just want to say, thank you, Mom, and I love you.
A gentle and no Jew.
Pursue me, for I love her heart. For she is wise if I can judge of her, and she is fair if mine eyes be true. And she is true as she hath proved herself, and as herself, wise, fair, and true, shall she be placed in my constant soul. What art thou? Come. Ladies, away. for us tonight, our masking makes us stay.
Quick, I pray that you draw the curtain straight. The Prince of Aragon hath ta'en his oath and comes to his election present. Behold, there standeth several caskets, noble prince. If you choose that where I am contained, straight shall our nuptial rites be solemnized, but if you fail, without little speech, you must be gone from hence immediately.
I am enjoined by oath to observe 3 things. First, never to unfold to anyone which casket 'twas I chose. Next, if I do fail of the right casket, never to woo a maid in way of marriage. Finally, if I do fail in fortune of my own choice, immediately to leave you and be gone.
Oh. Everyone must swear to these injunctions that come to my hazard and worthless self.
And so have I addressed me. Fortune now to my heart's hope. Gold?
Yes.
Silver? Base lead?
Yeah.
Who chooseth me must give and hazard all he hath. You should look fair ere I give her hazard. What says the golden chest? Who chooseth me shall gain what many men desire. See that many may be meant by the full multitude, which choose by show, even in the force and road of casualty. I will not choose what many men desire, because I will not jump with common spirits. Why then to thee, thou silver treasure house, who chooseth me shall gain as much as he deserves. I will assume desert. Come, give me a key for this and instantly unlock my fortunes here.
Too long a pause for that which you find there.
What's this? The blinking portrait of an idiot. The fire 7 times tried this, 7 times that judgment is, that did never choose amiss. Some there be that shadow's kiss, such is but a shadow's bliss. There be fools alive with silvered ore, and so is this.
Fare thee well, you are dismissed.
Sweet adieu.
Fare thee well, 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 fare thee 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 well, well, well.
Oh, madam! There is alighted at your gate a young Venetian, one that comes before to signify the approaching of his lord, from whom he bringeth sensible regreets, to wit, besides commends and courteous breath, gifts of rich value. Yet, I have not seen so likely an ambassador of love.
Oh my gosh, come to us, Sarah, for I long to see quick Cupid post that comes out, so marry me, Sonny, Lord love, if I will.
One day remaining.
Why, man! I saw the sign their ship. I'm sure Lorenzo is not.
The village Jew with all cries raised the Duke went with them to search Basania's ship.
She came too late. The ship was under sail, and there the Duke was given to understand that in a gondola were seen together Lorenzo and his amorous Jessica. Besides, Antonio certified the Duke that they were not with Bassanio and his ship.
You know, I never heard a passion so confused.
I never heard a Jew with passion so confused as this. So I don't mind to race outlandish and delirious. No,
It made me shudder to hear shy utter.
my daughter took my ducats and she left without a word. Climbed out of the window with the cushion of the dancing.
My daughter! My ducats! Oh, fled with the Christian out my Christian ducats! Justice! The law! My daughter! My ducats! And sealed bags, 2 sealed bags of ducats! Double ducats! And jewels, 2 stones, 2 rich, 2 precious, also stolen from my daughter! Oh, justice, find the girl! She has a thousand evidences upon her! Why, all the body men follow her, crying!
Oh, my daughter and my ducats, it rings that poison buckets.
Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone. Oh, my daughter and my ducats may be rich and might be luckless. Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone.
The good Antonio keep his day, or he shall pay for this.
I've never met a kinder man than he. Antonio, if Sadio to leave safe.
Let not the bond of Shylock make you cringe. Run off to court fair Portia and unhinge your love.
Be joyful and glorious, youthful mind.
With that he wrung his hand and said goodbye. Fare thee well.
I think he only loves the world for him, like Grady. Let us go and find him out, quicken his embrace heaviness with some delight or other.
Do we so?
Now, what news among the Rialto?
A Frenchman told me yesterday a tragedy ashore. He spoke of ships from Venice sinking to the ocean floor.
Gee.
He had me going.
No way of knowing,
I
by.
secretly believe it be Antonio's ship. If that be true, then by the Jew he sent her at the hips.
Oh no,
He has a debt to pay.
a pound of flesh, they say. You were best tell Antonio what you hear, yet do not suddenly leave him.
Ha! Why the end is he hath lost his ship.
What? I wouldn't prove the end of lost him.
Let me say amen betimes, lest the devil cross my prayer, for here she comes in the likeness of a Jew.
Oh, my daughter and my ducats may be rich and poison buckets. Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone. Oh, my daughter and my ducats may be rich and let me luckless. Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone. Oh, my daughter and my ducats may be rich and poison buckets. Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone. Oh, my daughter and my ducats may be rich and let me luckless. Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone.
Fair enough.
How now, Shylock? What news amongst the merchants?
You know none as well of you of my daughter's flight.
That's certain. I, for my part, know the tailor that made the wing she flew from.
She's damned for it.
Well, that's for certain if the devil may be her judge.
My own flesh and blood to rebel. I say my daughter is my flesh and blood.
There's more difference between thy flesh and hers than between jet and ivory, more between thy bloods than red wine and Rhenish. But tell us, do you hear whether Antonio have had any loss at sea or no?
There I have another bad match. A bankrupt, a prodigal, who dare show his head at the Rialto. A beggar who comes so smug at the mart. Let him look to his bond. Lends money to Christian courtesy. Let him look to his bond.
Why, I am certain, if he forfeit, thou wilt not take his flesh. What's that good for?
To bait fish withal? But if it feeds nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He hath disgraced me, hindered me $500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted through my bargains, called my friends and heeded my enemies, and what is this reason? I am a Jew. Stop. 2 years ago, I went all natural with my hair, and my friends at school were really supportive, but kids at church weren't. And that broke me. I mean, they would call me terrible names like Harriet Tubman, and one time we went on a field trip and they told me to get at the back of the bus. And that broke me to the point where I would hate myself. Like, I would feel so disgusting. And I mean, it came to the point where if my mom took the weave out of my hair, I would cry my eyes out. And it came to the point where I didn't want to go to church. I mean, I slowly stopped going till I stopped. And I would love to stand up here and tell you that that did not break my walk with God, but it did. I wasn't going to church. And I had to forgive them for that. I mean, I don't go to the same church, but I do go to a different one. So I can definitely relate to Shylock for just being criticized, for being different. Have not a Jew eyes? Have not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections? Fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, and healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer as a Christian is. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? If you wrong us, shall we not seek revenge? If we don't like you in the rest, we will resemble you in that. If a Jew wronged a Christian, what should be his humility? Revenge? If a Christian wronged a Jew, what should be his sufferance by Christian example? Why? Revenge! The same villainy you teach me, I shall execute, and I shall go hard and better the instruction.
Ladies, Master Antonio was at his home and wishes to speak with you.
We have been up and down to seek him.
How now, Tubal? Hast thou found news of my daughter?
I often came by to hear of her. I cannot find her.
Why? There. A diamond. Gone. Cost me 2,000 ducats of Frank's for it. I never had a curse till now. I never felt it till now. 2,000 ducats in that. And precious jewels. I'd rather the jewels in her hair and her dead at my foot. I'd rather her dead at my foot and the ducats in her coffin. No news of them. Why not, knowing what was spent in the search? A thief gone. No satisfaction, no revenge.
Yes, other men have been left too. Antonio, as I heard in Genoa.
What? What? Ill luck. Ill luck. Is it true? Is it true?
I spoke with some of the sailors who escaped the raft.
Oh, yes! Oh, good Tubo, yes! Wait to know.
There came divers of Antonio's creditors in my company to Venice that swear he cannot choose the free.
Yes, yes! Oh, I'll have my forfeiture. Ah, yes! Good Tubo.
One of them showed me a ring he had of your daughter for a monkey.
Out upon her. Thou tortures me. It was turquoise. I had it of Eli when I was a little girl. I would not have given it for the wilderness of monkeys.
But Antonio is certainly undone.
Nay, that's very true. Very true. Good Tubal. Good Tubal. Beseech me an officer. I'll have the heart of him. Go, Tubal! Go! Tubal!
I pray you tarry, pause a day or two before you hazard, for in choosing wrong I lose your company. There is something, 'tis not love, but I prize the time to eke it out, to draw it out in length.
Let me choose, for as I am, I live upon the rack.
Aye, but any man do enforce, do speak anything.
Promise me life, and I'll confess the truth.
Confess and live.
Confess and love had been the very sum of my confession. Let me to my fortune in the caskets.
Away then. I am locked in one of them. If you do love me, you will find me out.
So may the outward shows belease themselves. The world is still deceived with ornament. In-law, what plea so tainted and corrupt, but being seasoned with a gracious voice, obscures the shows of evil. In religion, what damned error but some sober brow will bless it and approve it with a text, hiding the grossness with fair ornament.
How all other passions fleet to air, no vice so simple but amuse. Some mark of virtue on his outward part.
The seeming truth which cunning times put on to entrap the wisest. Therefore, thou gaudy gold, I will none of thee, hard food for Midas. But thou meager lead, that rather threatenest than dost promise aught. Thy paleness moves me more than eloquence. And here choose I. Joy be the consequence.
Oh, love be moderate, a lie, this ecstasy scant, this joy, for I feel too much.
What find I here? Fair Portia's counterfeit.
Okay.
You that choose not by the view, chance as fair and choose as true. Since this fortune falls to you, rejoice and seek nothing new. If you be well pleased with this, hold your fortune for your bliss.
Turn you where your lady is, and claim her with a loving kiss.
Time.
You see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand. I might in virtue's beauty's living friends commit itself to yours to be direct. I give thee with this ring.
My Lord Bassanio, my ships have all miscarried, my creditors grow cruel, and my estate is very low. And since in paying it is impossible for me to live, all debts are clear between you and I.
Madam, you have bereft me of all words, expressed and not expressed. But when this ring parts from this finger, then parts from life hence. Oh, then be bold to say, Bassanio's dead.
If I may but suit my death. Notwithstanding, use your pleasure. If my love do not persuade you, let not my letter.
My Lord Bassanio, my gentle lady. I thank you, Lord, that you have got me one. My eyes, my lord, can look as swift as yours. He saw the mistress, I beheld the maid, with oaths of love at last, if promise last. I got the promise of this fair one here, to have her love.
I'll have have my bond. Speak not against my bond. I have enough that I will have my bond. Thou calls me a dog without a cause. Well, since I'm a dog, beware my fangs.
Come, our fee shall be honored in your marriage. Lorenzo and Solario, welcome hither.
It is most impossible could it ever kept us.
Senor Antonio commends this to you. This letter here will show you of his estate.
I'll have my bond. I will have no speaking. I will have my bond.
When I was with her, I had heard her swear that she would rather have Antonio's flesh than 20 times the value that he did owe her. And I know, my lord, this will go hard with poor Antonio.
Let her alone. She hates me.
I have engaged myself to a dear friend. Engaged my friend to his mere enemy to feed my means. Here's a letter, lady.
These greeds and losses so baited me that I shall not spare 1 pound of flesh to my bloody creditor.
If it is your dear friend that is thus in trouble, then away to Venice. For never shall you lie by Portia's side with an unquiet soul. You will have plenty of gold to pay a petty debt 20 times over.
Well, jailer, pray on. Make sure Bassanio is to see me by death. If he does not, I care not.
Since I have your good leave to go away. Come.
O love, dispatch all business and be gone. Okay, Lorenzo, I commit it to your hands the husbandry and manage of my home.
Madam, I shall obey you in all fair commands.
Lot! I give you this letter. Take this to my cousin, Dr. Bellario.
I will move a convenience fee.
Nerissa, I have work in hand that you yet not know of. Our husbands will see us before they think of us. Shall they see us? They shall, but it's in such a habit like young men. Oh, why shall we turn to men? Hush, I will tell thee my whole life.
My daughter and my ducats, when it rains it pours in buckets. Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone. Oh, my daughter and my ducats made me rich and left me loveless. Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone. Oh, my daughter and my ducats, when it rains it pours in buckets. Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone. Oh, my daughter and my ducats made me rich and left me loveless. Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone. Oh, my daughter and my ducats, when it rains it pours in buckets. Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone. Oh, my daughter and my ducats, when it rains it pours in buckets. Oh, my daughter and my ducats are gone.
Oh, what? Is Antonio here?
Ready, so please, your grace.
I am sorry for thee. Thou art come to answer a stony adversary, an inhuman wretch, incapable of pity, void and empty from any dram of mercy.
I have heard your grace hath taken great pains to qualify this rigorous course. But since she stands obdurate and no lawful means can carry me out of her envy's reach, I do oppose my patience to her fury. I am armed to suffer with the quietness of spirit, the very tyranny and rage of hers.
Go on and call the Jew into the court.
She is ready at the door. She comes, my lord.
Make room and let her stand before our face. Shylock, the world thinks, and I think so too, that thou but leadest this fashion of thy malice to the last hour of act. And then 'tis thought thou'lt show thy mercy and remorse, more strange than is thy strange apparent cruelty. We all expect a gentle answer, Jew.
I possess your grace of what I purpose, and by our holy Sabbath, I I sworn to have the due and forfeit of my bond. If you deny it, let danger light upon your charter and your city's freedom. You'll ask me why I'd rather have a weight of carrion flesh than 3,000 ducats. I will not answer that. But say it is to my humor. Is it answered? What if my house be troubled with a rat? I paid 10,000 ducats to have it banned. Are you not answered yet? Well then, I can give no reason, nor will I not, than a lodged hate, a certain loathing I bear, Antonio. That, following thus, a losing suit against him. Are you not answered?
There is no answer, thou unfeeling woman, to excuse the current of thy cruelty.
I'm not bound to please thee with my answers.
Do all men kill the things they do not love?
Hates any man the thing he would not kill.
Every offense is not a hate at first.
But thou hast a serpent sting thee twice.
I'm crazy. Think ye question with the Jew? You may as well use question with a wolf. Why should men use bleed for the lamb? You may as well do anything most hard as to seek to soften that thing which was harder, her Jewish heart. Therefore I do beseech you, make no more offers, use no further means. Let me, my judgment, in the Jew, her will.
For thy 3,000 ducats, here is 6.
If every ducat and 6,000 ducats in every part a ducat, I would not draw. I would have my bond.
How shalt thou hope for mercy, rendering none?
What judgment shall I dread doing no wrong? You have among you many a purchased slaves. Why? Because you bought them. Shall I say to you, let them be free and marry your heirs? You'll answer, the slaves are ours. So, I answer you, the pound of flesh, which I demand, is dearly bought. 'Tis mine, and I shall have it. If you deny it, fie upon your law. I stand for judgment. Answer, shall I have it?
Upon my power, I may dismiss this court.
My lord! Here says the other messenger. Letters from the doctor do come from Padua.
Bring us the letter. Call the messenger.
Good cheer, Antonio. What man courage yet? The Jews shall have my flesh, blood, bones, and all, ere thou from me lose one drop of blood.
Meat is for death, the weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground. Therefore, let me.
Came you from Padua, from Bellario?
From both, my lord. Bellario greets your grace.
Why dost thou whet thy knife so earnestly?
To cut the bake rubber from that forfeiture there?
Thou makest thy knife keen. Can no prayers pierce thee?
No, none of thou has any wit enough to make.
Oh, be not dumb and execrable dogs. Thou almost make me waver in my face.
So thou canst round the silver Montalban. Thou art sense I like to speak so loud.
This letter from Bellario doth commend a young and learned doctor to our court. Where is he?
Here's how to hear my butt.
And here, I take it, is the doctor come. Came you from old Bellario?
I did, my lord.
You are welcome. Take your place. Are you acquainted with the difference that holds this present question in the court?
I'm informed thoroughly of the cause, which is the merchant here and which is the Jew.
Antonio and old Shylock both stand forth.
Is Shylock your name?
Shylock is my name.
You stand within her danger, do you not? So she says.
And you confess the bond.
I do.
Then must the Jew be merciful?
For what compulsion must I? Tell me that.
The quality of mercy is not strength.
Stop! Mercy is a huge theme in this play, and it is also a huge theme in my life. The first time I remember experiencing mercy was when I was around 6 years old, and it was when my mom was reading a read-aloud book to my siblings and I. It was probably something like The Secret Garden or Little Women or something like that. And I kept talking way too much, and that is a huge flaw of mine. I always critique things and I like to tear things apart. And my mom said, Kalima, if you keep talking so much, you're gonna have to go to your room. And of course, I did not listen, and she sent me to my room. And I was trying to listen out the cracks of my door for a little bit of the story,
but I heard nothing, and after a few minutes I was pretty shocked because I expected her to continue with the story. And then my brother came in the room, and he looked sad but determined, and he told me that he wanted to take my place so that I could listen to the story without him. And my mom was touched by this, and she let us both come back and read the story. And this time I wasn't silent because I was afraid of the punishment, but because I really felt the love of my older brother. And I just want to say thank you for loving me, and I love you too.
The quality of mercy is not strength. It droppeth like a gentle rain from heaven on the place below. It is an attribute of God himself, and earthly power doth then show like his God. When mercy seasons justice, therefore Jew, though justice be thy plea, consider this, that in the course of justice, none of us shall see salvation. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us to render the deed of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea. My deed's upon my head!
I pray the law and the penalty of my bond.
While in this bond is forfeit, and lawfully the Jew may claim a pound of flesh to be by him cut off. Let me look upon the bond.
Here it is, most reverend doctor. Here it is.
Shylock, there's thrice thy money doctor here.
An oath, I have an oath in heaven. Shall I lay perjury upon my soul? No, not for Venice.
How by some balances to weigh the flesh?
I have them ready.
How by some surgeon Shylock to stop his wound, lest he do bleed to death?
Is it nominated in the bond?
It is not so express, but what of that?
I did not find it. 'Tis not in the bond.
Merchant, do you have anything to say?
But little, I am armed and well prepared. Give me your hand, Bassanio.
Take them thy bond, take them thy pound of flesh, the court awards it, and the law doth give it.
Most rightful judge!
And he must cut the slice from off his breast, the law allows it, and the court awards it!
A learned judge! A science come prepared!
A little. There is something else. The bond doth give thee no jot of blood. The words expressly are a pound of flesh. Take then thy bond, take then thy pound of flesh, but in cutting it, if thou shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are confiscate.
Oh, upright judge! Mark you and learned judge.
Is this the law?
Thyself shalt see the act, thou shalt have justice more than thou desires.
Oh, learned judge! Mark you and learned judge.
I take this offer, dictate about Christ, let the Christian know.
Soft Jew, no haste. Thou shalt have justice more than thou desires.
Oh, Jew, an upright judge, and learned judge, I thank thee, Jew, for teaching me that word.
Therefore prepare thee to cut off the flesh, but in cutting it, if thou shed one drop of Christian blood, thy lands and goods are confiscate, and thou diest.
Give me my principal, let me go!
Okay, soft Jew. Soft.
Well, then the devil do him good of it. I say no longer for question.
Tarry, Jew! The law hath yet another hold on you. It is enacted in the laws of Venice to be proven against an alien by direct and indirect attempts, that thou shalt seek the life of any citizen, and thou didst seek the defendant. Down therefore and beg the mercy of the Duke.
That thou shalt see the difference of our spirits. I pardon thee thy life before thou ask it. For half thy wealth it is Antonio's. The other half comes to the general state.
Nay, take my life and all, are it not that? Take my house, for you do take the means of whereby I am, the prophet does sustain my house. Take my life, when you do take the means of whereby I live.
mercy can you render her, Antonio?
So please, my lord the Duke, and all the court, to quit this fine for one half of her goods, I'm content, and render the other half upon the gentleman that lately stole away her daughter. One thing provided for, that for this favor, she presently become a Christian.
Clerk!
She shall do this, or else I do recant the pardon that I late pronounced here.
Clerk, draw a deed of gift.
Hey, I pray you. Let me go from hence. I am not well. Send the deed after me. Say I will sign it.
Get thee gone, but do it!
Oh, upright judge.
Oh, learned judge. You are the best judge ever.
Sir, I entreat you home with me to dinner.
I must embrace your, pardon me, I must away this night to Padua. I meet presently set forth.
I'm sorry that your leisure serves you not. Antonio, gratify the sentiment, for in my mind you are much bound to him.
I stand in debt to you, over and above, in love and service here evermore.
He who is well paid is well satisfied, and in delivering you I am satisfied, but I must take my leave.
Most worthy gentlemen, I and my friend have by your wisdom been this day acquitted.
You press me far, and therefore I will yield. And by your love, you will not deny me this. I will have this ring.
Yes, you must take remembrance of us as a tribute, but this ring, good sir, alas, it is a trifle. I will not shame myself.
I'll have this and only this.
Well, there's more depends on this than on the values.
I see you are liberal in offers. You teach me first to beg, and now methinks you shall teach me how a beggar should be answered.
This ring, good sir, alas, it was given to me by my wife, and when she put it on, she made me vow that I should neither sell, nor give, nor lose it.
This excuse serves many men to say. This excuse serves many men to save their gifts. But if your wife were not a mad woman, she would not hold out enemy forever. Well, peace be with you then.
Let her have the ring, for his deserving and my love be valued against your wife's commandment.
Go, Trasano, run and overtake him. Go, give him the ring. Now, wait.
Hey, wait.
You and I shall be
My lord Bassanio hath sent you this ring.
What? That? What? Give Bassanio, okay. Show my youth old Shylock's house.
This I will do.
Sir, I would speak with you. I'll see if I can get my husband to give me the ring which he did swear to keep forever.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Thou mayest I warrant. Thou knowest where I will tarry. I'm good, sir. Show me this house. Where did you get that ring?
I'm a married man.
It's a fun. Shall we clean? The moon shines bright in such a night, when the sweet wind kissed the trees and they did make no noise.
In such a night did young Thisbe fearfully o'ertrip the dew, saw the lion's shadow ere himself, and ran dismayed away.
In such a night did Jessica steal from the wealthy Jew, and with an unexpressed love ran away from Venice as far as Belmont.
In such a night did young Lorenzo swear he loved her well, stealing her soul with many vows of faith, and ne'er a true one.
In such a night did pretty Jessica, like the little shrew, slander his love, and he forgave it her?
I would outnight you did nobody come, but hark, I the footing of a man.
Who come in the silence of the night? Ah, dear ladies. Welcome home. What is that?
We've been praying for our husband's health. Have they returned?
They have not yet, but there come a messenger to signify their coming.
Go in, Ursa. Give order to the servants that they take no note of our being absent hence. Nor you, Lorenzo. Nor you, Jessica.
We should hold day in the antipodes if you should walk in absence of the sun.
Let me give light, but let me not be light, for a light wife doth make a heavy husband. But God, sir, all my lord, you're welcome home.
I thank you, madam. Give welcome to my friend. This is the man. This is Antonio.
Here you are, you
By yonder moon, I swear you do me wrong. I gave it to a judge's clerk. He would have guilted to had it for my part. See, you take it love so much at heart.
What? A curl already? What's the matter?
A better hoop of gold, a paltry ring that she did give me.
What talk of you? You swore to me when I did give it to you that you would wear it till your hour of death and that it would lie with you in your grave. Give it to a judge's clerk? No, God's my judge.
Not by this hand. I gave it to a clerk. A youth that begged of it, and I could not for my heart deny it him.
You are to blame. I must be playing with you to part so slightly with your wife's first gift. A theme stuck on with oaths upon your finger and riveted with faith into your flesh. I gave my love a ring and made him swear never to part with it. And here he stands. I dare be sworn for him that he would not leave it nor pluck it from his finger for the wealth that the world masters. In faith, Gratiano, you give your wife too unkind a cause of grief. If it were I would be mad at it.
Cut my left hand off and swear I lost the ring defending it.
My lord Bassanio gave away his ring unto the judge that begged of it and deserved it too.
What ring? I gave you, my lord. Not that you received of me.
If I could add a lie unto the fault, I would deny it. But you see my finger hath not a ring upon it. It is gone.
You will never come into my bed until I see the ring.
Nor I and yours till I again see mine.
Sweet Portia, if you did know to whom I gave the ring, right? If you did know for whom I gave the ring, and how unwillingly I left the ring, when naught would be accepted but the ring, you would abate the strength of your displeasure.
Ha! If you would have known the virtue of the ring, or have the honor to contain the ring, no, or have the worthiness to hold the ring, then you would not have departed so slightly with the ring. Nerissa teaches me what to believe, and I would die. But some woman has the ring!
No woman had it.
She has a ring.
No woman had it. But a civil doctor, which did refuse 3,000 ducats of me, even he that did uphold the very life of my dear friend. What should I say, sweet lady?
Okay. Let not that doctor come near my house, for he has a jewel that I loved, that you did swear to keep from me. I will become as liberal as you. I will not deny him anything I have, not my body, nor my husband's bed. For he hath the jewel that I loved. Lie not a night from me. Watch me like Argus, and if you do, and I be left alone, I will have the doctor for my bedfellow.
And I his clerk. Therefore be well advised how you do leave me to mine own.
Well, give me some. Let me not take him then, for if I do, I'm more than young court spin.
I am the unhappy subject of these quarrels.
Sweet Portia, in the hearing of these many friends, I swear to...
Oh! You swear? And there's an oath of credit.
No, by my honor.
I once did lend my body for his wealth. Your ring, I dare be bound again.
Then you will be his surety. Give him this ring and bid it keep it better than the last.
My Lord Bassanio? Swear you keep this ring. Swear to it. Keep it. keep this ring.
By heaven, it's it's the same ring I gave the doctor.
Yes. Pardon me, Lord Bassanio, but for by that ring, the doctor did lie with me.
And pardon me, my gentle Gratiano, for that same scrubbed boy, the doctor's clerk, in lieu of this last night, did lie with me.
What are we cuckolds ere we deserve it?
Speak not so grossly. You are all amazed. Take this letter, read it at your leisure, but there you shall find that Nerissa were the clerk and Portia the doctor.
I am dumb.
Were you the doctor and I knew not?
All that glitters is not gold.
Were you the clerk that used to make me cuckold?
Often you have heard that told.
Aye, but the clerk that never means to do it unless he live until he be a man.
Many a man his life has sold.
For my dear Portia to behold.
Antonio, I have some good comforts, so for you. Take this letter and unseal it soon, but there you shall find that 3 of your argosies richly came to harbor suddenly. You shall not know what incident I did chance upon this letter.
Sweet lady, I read here for certain my ships are safely come the road.
Oh, Lorenzo, my clerk has some good comfort, so for you.
And I'll give them him without a fee. There do I give you and Jessica from the rich Jew a special deed of gift after her death of all she dies possessed of.
Sweet ladies, you've placed manna in the way of starved people.
When you think your fortune sold, wait until the story's told. God makes fall and winter cold, but spring in time he unfolds, whether fate or fortune's hold. This man has not air controlled. Keep your heart and spirit whole, and gold.
Okay, well, it is almost morning, and so let us go in, and I will answer all things faithfully.
Guys, we're getting married. Oh goodness. Oh my, I can't handle any of this. But like, okay, so we have to start. Perfect, right?
Right, colors and
Stop just once more, and I'll tell you a real quick story. A few months ago, as I was looking at this script and being able to just study it, I found it fascinating. I found it so interesting, and I found it comedic, but also hard to deal with. And I came across this one line, and as I read, it said, "For my favor, one thing more. You must become a Christian." And I cut it. I cut the line. I didn't want to deal with it. It brought so much baggage. It made me feel ashamed. And so I just didn't want to deal with it, and I cut it. And then over these past few weeks, as we came together as a cast, as we started rehearsing more and more, we came to the conclusion that something was missing. It wasn't real. It didn't feel honest. And so together, we put the line back in. And so many times I feel like, as a Christian myself, I do that exact same thing.
I push things away because I just don't want to deal with them. All the nitty-gritty things that I have done wrong or the church has done wrong, I don't want to deal with. So we sweep it under the rug. But it's not honest, and it's not whole. And we're missing something. And then I look at and think, so then why did Shakespeare put it in there? And I see that it's starting a conversation. A conversation that started hundreds of years ago that we still need to have today. A conversation that we should all enter into, whether we are a Christian or Jew or Muslim or atheist or whatever you may believe, that we need to be able to have an open conversation about who we are and what we believe. So personally, me, I want to start this conversation. In the playbills, in my bio, you can see my email. I'd love to hear what you think, what you're wrestling with. And I'd love to be able to start this conversation. But let me start it here with this show and by saying this. I am sorry. I'm sorry that I cut the line. Sorry that I didn't want to deal with it. And I'm even more sorry that that line is true. That even though it's a fictitious show, so often we do those same things. So I am sorry. So with that, the conversation started. And I challenge all of you to now enter that conversation.